and shit show games. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the first ever episode of the Shit Show Games podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Anthony Costanzo. With me, as always, Brian Rooney.
That's me.
That's you.
So this
Numero uno.
Numero uno? Episode number. Yeah. This is a long time coming.
By popular demand.
Sort of.
One person.
Well,
our other fan wants this.
Yeah, well, I mean, we originally started the original Shit Show podcast. Like, we wanted to do a games podcast and then just go off on our tangents, and that just turned into just a giant podcast of our tangents for the most part. And we didn't really talk about games, and the beginning episodes when we did talk about games, it was a little on the boring side, so...
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of found our groove with the Shit Show, just not talking about games, but... It is what we originally intended on doing, so we figure...
We really played it safe with the name of that show.
Yeah.
Kind of just left it open-ended for us to do whatever the hell we wanted with it.
Yeah, and also get censored by freaking iTunes. Thanks, guys.
Isn't that terrible?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't remember what it said, but that other thing that I spotted and I sent to you, you're like, that can have that, but we can't have Shit Show?
Right, he had a straight-up C-bomb in his name.
Yeah.
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable is right. So what we're looking to do with this is... Well, I mean, monthly, maybe bi-weekly, I don't know. It
depends on how the response is.
Yeah, I mean, we're just going to talk about games?
Question mark?
Maybe? I don't know. I mean, we got a lot to talk about now because we haven't done this, and we haven't spoke about a lot of things. We spoke about some stuff on the regular Shit Show, but...
And whenever there's a lull, I'm sure there'll be some sort of conference or something that we can cover after the fact.
Yeah, I mean, we got
because
Paris
there's one of
games
those every 3 weeks.
Well, I mean, Paris Games is coming up the end of October, so... I mean,
and Brian's going to be there.
No. I wish.
I tried.
But no. I really wish. So I want to start off, I got an email. Now, the email address...
We didn't even start yet.
we're using the same email address. It's all under our one umbrella.
SSPodcast1@gmail.com.
That would be it. So we got an email from Max from Chicago who just said, just finished listening to the latest episode, and you guys said you were going to be doing a games podcast. All I can say is it's a long time coming, and it's about time. Thank you, Max. So, yeah, I mean, I guess we're using the same email address, so it's sspodcast1@gmail.com. Just use... I don't know, title
don't worry
game.
about it. Write what you want to write.
Yeah, you know what?
We don't get many emails. We'll filter through them. It's no big deal.
Yeah, we don't get an overabundance of emails, so we can figure
bigger
out.
Fan base, it's on us.
Yeah,
we got you.
I do have a lot of emails for us to go through from the last episode of a Shit Show, but we'll get to that when we do that, not now.
Coming at you later this week.
What?
I said coming at you later this week.
Hopefully.
In theory.
In theory, coming later this week, but...
See, the thing is, with this show, is there's a much better chance of it staying on schedule.
Yeah, because you and I are always ready.
Always good to go.
Yeah, because we don't care. We're just, all right, let's record. But then Chris is always like, I got a flat tire and I can't do anything. Matt's always like, I'm going to sleep. We haven't had a random in a while. We need to do that. We need to get back to random people coming on. We really do. But anyway, so we're going to talk about games. So
Max, let us know your availability.
What? Oh, yeah, Max. Get on here, buddy. I have my PlayStation booted up because I don't
As
remember.
you do. At all times of the day.
Yeah, it's always on. Just because I don't even know what to play anymore. I don't know. Where do we start?
Play Rocket League.
Yeah.
The first thing that we're going to talk about here. Because that game is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, and what I'm going to do is... no, you can start talking. I got to find the link. Proceed.
So, I mean, at this point, I feel like if you know us, if you're at all listening to this, you've probably played Rocket League or you know a decent amount about it. But it is soccer with cars and boost. That's really all you need to know, and it is phenomenal. And it's like the most fun that I've had with a game in a really long time. Because even playing on on PlayStation Network, like in another room, it for some reason it just has that same feel of sitting on the couch with your buddies, like back in the day, like just playing a goofy game, just hanging out. And and there's like, it doesn't really take a lot of focus, especially if you, unless, I mean, I'm sure there's people that are super competitive about it, but we just played it
yeah,
at the time.
that's now an official esport, Rocket League.
That's insanity. I mean, I get it, but
yeah,
it's one of those games you just throw in, you play, you have a blast. You know, we shoot the shit, we play for like, well, it's like, oh, let's play a round, and like it ends up being 3 hours later that we get off, but it's just so much fun. I can't even describe how much fun it is.
Yeah, it's crazy how good that fucking game is. And you don't have to pay attention. Not every game is the same.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just so much fun.
It's always chaos, though. That's the best part about it. Is because like we'll be having random conversations and like kind of paying attention, trying to score, and then every once in a while we get super into it for like 5 minutes, which is one round, conveniently, and and then we get back out of it. But it's just a blast, and like it comes down to like just, you know, we're all goofing around, and then all of a sudden we're screaming at each other, and it's a good time all around.
We're pretty much always screaming at each other. So,
and if it's not like, I mean, otherwise we're screaming movie quotes at each other, so it's going to be one of the two.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to change our YouTube URL. I don't know how to do that.
So while Brian gets confused about that, I've got one issue with this game, and that is that I do not have the platinum trophy yet.
I platinumed that game pretty quick.
And I feel like you don't play it that often without me.
I don't.
I don't even think I have all of the things unlocked.
I don't know how that's possible.
Right? Because I keep unlocking new things, I think, that are from maybe DLC.
Well, the DLC doesn't, I can't think when I try to read. The DLC doesn't count towards the platinum.
No, I'm aware of that, but I have a feeling that I'm getting that stuff instead of unlocking the things that I actually need.
No, I think you're wrong.
You think so?
I mean, no, but maybe.
Thanks, jerk. I just think that at this point I should have that. That's another thing. If you listen to the show and you want to play with us, we're gonna. Do we have our PSN accounts up somewhere? We'll put those up. Request us. We'll play with you. You can join our teams. We'll stream with you. We don't care.
My name, I wish Shuhei would let us change our names. My name is terrible for a couple reasons. My PSN name is Doofus for Life, and it's so bad that I even spelled Doofus correctly. So it's DUFUS, the number 4, LIFE. If you add me, I'll play with you. I don't care.
I think I meant Twizzy with 3 Z's.
Those are Z's.
Because 2 Z's was taken, and I was like, really?
Yeah.
That was super frustrating. And then I was like, oh, I'll just change it later. This was when I signed it up. Nope.
Mm-hmm. No.
Nope. Not the case.
Not the freaking case at all. I give up trying to figure out how to change the YouTube thing. If you search,
the reason is behind that, though.
What?
Not being able to change the name.
Well, I don't know. They've come up with a bunch of like PR reasons that make no sense. But Xbox lets you change it. Why can't Sony?
Yeah.
I don't get it. I really don't get it. Our custom hero system has changed. Learn more. I get that, but how do I change it?
Brian's. I guess it wouldn't be an episode of Something With Us if there weren't technical difficulties.
I mean, really
I feel like whatever it is that you're doing right now is unimportant.
Well, I'm trying to change the URL for the YouTube channel so I could just give a URL to go to for our YouTube channel. Because what we do is we play a lot of games together, we stream it, and then we upload it to our YouTube channel. If you search for SS Podcast on YouTube, you'll find us somehow.
And what you should do is watch Brian and I play Rainbow Six
Rocket League. Oh yeah,
because Rocket League, sure, those are always good times. But the first time we played Siege, it was pretty solid.
Yeah.
It's a pretty fun watch. I mean, by solid, I mean it's good for entertainment. We were terrible, but it was a blast.
If you can just explain the first, 30 seconds of the first video.
Sure. First 30 seconds. Here we go. So, game starts off. Now, mind you, Brian's played a couple of times. This is the first time I'm logging in. Logged in, trying to pick my character and all that crap. It goes really quick. I'm looking through things. I'm reading everything. Didn't realize that the time was counting down and that it was about to lock me into whatever I had previously selected. So the game starts off. I've got a whole bunch of things that I don't know because I was still reading through everything and didn't know what I had. So he starts off. Brian runs out. Boom. He's gone. He's up the hill. He's up a few steps. He's off to the right. I'm like, Brian, chill. Hang out. Let me figure this out. Let me figure out some of these controls. Obviously, first thing I do, hit R2. Take a couple shots, got to see how the guns feel. L2, got to get that aim going, Normally, you would hit the bumpers and you would figure out, it would assume it would be like your secondary stuff. So I hit one of them and it threw out the little remote control guy. I think I threw that out in that game. I don't even know. I pulled out a shield, I believe, in that one.
You did, because you had a shield for some reason.
I pulled out a shield, right, because I was reading everything. So I pulled out a shield. And then I asked Brian, can you cook a grenade? So I believe that. So I'm holding the button. The answer to that question is yes.
Yeah.
And you can also blow yourself up.
Yeah. Within the first 30 seconds, there's a uh-oh and a kaboom. And it's all from my perspective.
Right.
So I hear Anthony say, oh, God, like, there's problems, or whatever the hell he said. So I start running towards him, and you just see his character go flying. So definitely check it out. Let me find the name of this video, because I am stupid and don't remember it.
I gotta tell you, though, I figured out very easily what not to do.
Yeah.
The second round went a little bit better. Not much. A little bit better. By the end of how long did we play? For like an hour? By the end of it, we finally won a match, which was fantastic.
Yeah. So if you search for SS Podcast in YouTube, you'll find us. And then the video is called Shit We're Playing. It's episode 32. It says, if we had to save the world, we'd eventually get it.
Lives are going to be lost. And I think we need to accept that.
Yeah, and before we save the world, we probably die a few times. Hopefully respawn is real. It's not. So yeah, the Rainbow Six, I enjoyed the beta. I know Anthony enjoyed it, but I don't think he's getting the game. I pre-order everything, so I have pre-ordered it already.
Brian owns all the games.
All the games. All the games. So I'm looking forward to that, and we'll talk more about that once it's out. What we can talk about now is we had some time to play the Battlefront beta. Now, I was very pessimistic about this game because I hate Battlefield. I own
I despise it as well.
I've owned many Battlefield games. Battlefield 4, I was like, all right, I'm going to really give it a shot. I fucking hated it. Battlefield Hardline, I'm like, all right, this is different. I'm going to like this. No, I fucking hated it. Like, I just hate all the Battlefield, especially the big maps and all the vehicles and stuff like that. So I get Battlefront's beta. I start first by playing by myself one of those survival missions just to like be like, all right, I like the feel of this game, which I did. And Ant, did you play it in first person or third person?
So, funny you should ask that. I was listening to another popular podcast, and they were talking about how you could change the perspective. And I was like, I don't know what I was playing. And I put a decent amount of hours into the beta.
Well, by default, it's first.
Then I was playing first.
Because I played the first thing at first, and I'm like, Battlefront is a third-person game. I always liked it in third person. Let me change it. And I liked it a lot more once I switched it to third person.
Okay.
So the first thing I did was I did the survival mode. And it's like 6 waves of shit. For the beta, anyway, it's 6 waves. And I completed it. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I like it. I'm like, all right, let me do the small map with no vehicles. That's usually what I liked better in the Battlefield games. So I did it. I was like, all right, this is great. I like it. If anything, maybe I'll just play this mode. I'm like, let me do the big one. Now, in Battlefield, I hate the big one. It's like planes shooting at you all the time.
Right, hang on one second. I believe your wire is rubbing up against your chest hair and causing a very strange sound. Can you stop that from happening?
How long was that going on for?
Just since you've been talking about playing the that waves thing. Just now. It's a few minutes. It's fine.
Yeah, deal with it.
It was me trying to figure out. I was muting things. I was touching wires. I was trying to see if it was me. Turns out it's you. And then I see you like lounging back with your wire just hanging in the meadow. That is your chest.
Yeah, it's gone now.
Yeah, we're good now. It's not making that noise.
So when I did the big mode, I spawned into a match already in progress.
The big mode?
Yeah, I mean like the 32 on 32.
Gotcha. I thought it was 20 on 20.
I don't know what it is. I know some of these words.
Attention to detail.
Yeah.
Not
that.
Brian's strong suit.
No. So, I spawned right into it, and the first thing that happens is the TIE fighter just flies directly over me. I was like, oh. And I really enjoyed it. And even the big map mode, like, I actually liked it. And I'm pretty excited about the game. At first, when I pre-ordered that game, I was like, I've always liked Battlefront, but I think I'm going to regret this decision. As of now, I don't.
Right. Yeah, I same here. I'm not a fan of Battlefield. Never really cared for it. I've played a bunch of them too, and I just didn't like it. I really like you. I really tried to like 4. Now I wonder, did you have the same issues on PlayStation? Because I played Battlefield 4 on the Xbone, and Are you
gonna call this Xbone for the whole podcast?
Probably.
I'm not on board.
It's so much easier.
I'm not on board.
It's actually the name of my console. If you go into the console, the name on the network is Xbone.
I'm not on board.
It doesn't really matter. So here's the deal. Here's my question. Was the multiplayer and the matchmaking all screwed up on PlayStation as well? Because I would imagine that that's just a server issue and not... Okay, great.
It was broken for a while.
My biggest concern was I didn't like Battlefield, and a whole bunch of my friends were super into it, and I was just like I could never get on board, and I tried numerous times, and it just wasn't for me. But my biggest gripe with the game was obviously the matchmaking system, because we would get screwed up, we would like bounce out of parties, be in opposing teams when you're trying to be matched up together. It was nonsense. The first thing that happens when I started up Battlefront was I tried to connect with my cousin, and we got bounced into different rooms. And I was like, Jesus Christ, you still haven't figured this out. So my main concern is that that's going to be... It didn't. So here's the thing. It happened once, but once was already too much because of how scarred I was from my previous experience with Battlefield.
Well, I have problems with EA in general, as I think most of the gaming community does. My problem with EA is more the sports side than anything else, but EA and...
These are Star Sports. This episode. go.
That's all we have for today. So I'm just to end with Battlefront. I'm very excited.
Well, I'm not ending with Battlefront. I'm not nearly done with this yet. So,
well, proceed.
So I played that wave thing because I couldn't get onto the same team as my cousin. So I was like, screw it. I'm going to try this other thing. What was the name of that thing called? Was it Survival?
Yes.
Okay, so playing Survival, 6 round, all that stuff. That was gorgeous. It looked so good. And
it was very authentic.
And like it just the whole like all that like nostalgic that feeling that you get when you're playing, because like the way they throw the music cues that they throw at you and the sound effects. And you know what the biggest thing for me, attention to detail wise, when the stormtroopers stumble and fall and get shot, it's as if they just captured how it looked in the movie when it happened, and they just did that again. And it happens over and over again, but it doesn't get old for me. I just absolutely love it. And then I was like, you have these guys, they're jetpacking, they're jumping, they're flying through the air. You shoot them, and the jetpack goes haywire, and it goes flying, and he explodes into a rock. And I was like, this is unbelievable.
That's really cool the first time I saw that happen. I really think they nailed the Star Wars feel.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just hope when the full release comes out, they nail the release. Right. They don't pull an EA.
Sure, and I totally hear that, and I'm super excited, but I'm also, I'm cautiously optimistic for this game.
I'm a little too optimistic now, just because I played the beta and I really enjoyed it.
Well, okay, so here's one thing though, and here's an issue that I have with it, and it's not just this, and it's an issue that I have. It's a little less with this than it is with other games, like how I feel there would be an issue with Siege, and it's just that when you're relying on other people to play the game like the right way, like you have these objectives that you have to do, right? Let's take Walker Assault for instance. When you're the rebels, you got to turn on the uplinks, you got to bomb the walkers, you got to shoot the walkers after they're bombed. Simple, right?
Right.
When you're the Empire, you got to turn the uplings off. You got to get the walkers to the destination. Why is it that nobody gets that?
Well, here's the thing. Even Call of Duty, which has been an online franchise for years now, they have all these game modes. They have Domination and all this crap. Have you ever played a game of Domination that the majority of people did not play as Team Deathmatch?
I'm not certain that I've ever actually played Domination in Call of Duty.
That's the 3 points you have to capture.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone just plays it like Team Deathmatch.
Right.
So no one plays objectives. Everything's just played as Team Deathmatch. So when you try to add these objectives, it does. Like, I do have a problem with that because people don't play things correctly. People just want to run out and kill people. And like, we were just playing Metal Gear Online, and if you paid attention, you're not supposed to kill people in Metal Gear Online,
Right,
because it raises your bounty. So when you get killed, they get more points.
Right.
Like, and people, myself included, in Metal Gear, because there's so much fun shooting. I was just shooting everyone along with everyone else in that game.
That was really my main goal in that game.
But to my point, it's you can put whatever fun objective-based game you want, but the majority of the people are still going to just play it like Team Deathmatch.
Right. Well, you know what, though? I mean, I was playing with my cousin, and me and him were really teaming up and trying to tackle the objectives. Because I'm all about that. When I'm playing a game like that, I'm all for the objectives. I love doing that. And between the two of us working together, it worked out really well. And actually, we won pretty much every game that we played. But I think that was because we were the only two people in the game focused on the objectives.
Right.
Now, my absolute favorite part about this game, though, are the epic moments. And there's so many of them. It just happens like there's like one. I feel like there's one or two a match where there's something absolutely ridiculous that happens, and you just want to be like, "Did you see that?" Thank God you could record things now.
Yes.
So one of these was so I'm flying an A-wing, okay, and I have established that we are about to win this game because the second one of the walkers is already down.
I need to know before you finish the story, do you have video proof of this?
I do have video proof of this. I will post it to you. We will tweet it out. Everybody can watch this.
Good.
It's fantastic. So, one of the walkers is already down. The other one has very little health. Now, I got into this A-Wing, and I'm like, I'm taking the last one down, and I'm winning this match. This is going to be on me. And you know exactly how I'm going to win this match.
Mm-hmm.
I'm flying right into that sumbitch. Okay? So, you see me. I'm flying through the air, not doing a whole lot, because I'm just trying to stay alive in my ship. Casually flying. The Y-bombers are coming in. You see a little thing. Tick, 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 tick. Right? Hits the end. Y-bombers come in. Boom, they go down. You see the health of the thing start to go down. Tick, 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 because everybody's unloading on this guy at this point. Tick, 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 tick. I swoop around, crash directly into him. Victory. Right across my screen. And it is absolutely perfect.
You need to get that out ASAP.
I will.
At least send it to me right now so I can enjoy it.
Okay, I'll send it to you right now.
Good. Do you have anything else Battlefront you want to talk about?
Did you play as Vader or Luke?
I did not. Did you?
I did.
How was it? Because you didn't like that at first.
Okay, so exactly. So I thought that this was going to be stupid, and it's like it's in the game because people are like, "Oh, I want to play as this." It's like, but the whole point is you're supposed to be like this soldier, right, in the army, and it's kind of, I feel like it takes away from the feel. However, I feel like the game is ridiculously balanced. I think it plays really well, and I feel like when you have this crazy ass hero that comes out, sure, he can do a hell of a lot of damage, but if your team works together, you could put him down pretty quick. As Vader, I did get to throw my lightsaber, which was so much fun. I did get to choke somebody. But then I was just destroyed by a handful of people that were just far enough away for me to not figure out how to block the shots with my lightsaber yet, and I was taken down.
Yeah, I wanted to do it, but I didn't play enough of
Are you holding a keychain that is the brain of the Terminator?
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's our quota for shit you cannot see.
Yes. Yeah. Alright. I'm looking at my thing. Yes.
Oh, sorry. One other thing. Did you watch that? I don't know if you sent me this video. There's a video of a guy playing as Luke, and the video is from a member of the Empire's perspective. And Luke is all the way in the distance, and he's shooting at him. This guy's shooting at Luke. Pew, pew, pew. Shooting at him. He's
Pew,
coming
pew,
towards him.
pew.
He's jumping over rocks. He's swooping. He's coming in. He's coming out. He's dodging bullets. He comes, gets right up to the guy, slam. The AT-AT steps on Luke and kills him. And you can tell from the way that the guy that's playing looks at it that he's in complete disbelief.
I did not see that video.
I'll have to find that for you as well.
That sounds pretty awesome.
It was wonderful.
I want to deviate a little bit from shit we're playing, and we'll come back to shit we're playing to like do some kind of like gaming news ish.
Sure.
Now, if you guys, anyone who listens to this, if you listen to other gaming podcasts, a lot of this stuff is going to be repeated news, but it's just going to be our perspective on it, which maybe might be different from other people. So Hitman was delayed, the new Hitman game coming out to March, I believe. But Anna, are you aware of the rollout plan for Hitman that they're doing?
Yeah.
Now, so what they're doing is, it's a $60 game. For $60, you can purchase the game and you get a decent-sized chunk of the game to play right away. And then they're supposed to be rolling out a new open world like once a month for X amount of months with new missions and stuff like that. So you're investing in a full game without having the full game, which, I don't know, it's weird with like the Telltale games and the episodic games. Like, it's different because if you want to try it, episode 1 is usually like $5. Like, and then you could be like, all right, I like it, I'll buy the other ones and play them. But this is $60 or $35 for the stuff that comes out at launch, and then it's like another $30, so you're paying $5 more for everything if you buy the other shit as it comes out. But I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm not sure I understand either. I mean, if you want to look at it from a positive perspective, it is nice that you get to, if you only need a taste of this game and you only want to play a little bit of it, that's great. That's fantastic. $35.
I'm probably going to do that, the $35.
Sure. And then if you decide, wow, I really like this, you're only kicking in an extra $5 than you would from buying it all up front. It just seems weird.
It seems like they have a deadline and they can't make it, but they're going to make it anyway by doing this.
But what is that? So in normal cases, that means that the game that they're going to end up putting out there is going to be hot garbage.
In normal cases, yes, but not if they have enough done where they can complete sections correctly and then just add more sections to it. Like, put all their resources to closing out this map that they have almost done, and these missions in this map that they have almost complete.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't like it.
Okay, so I don't think I'm strongly against or for it. I'm kind of curious to see how that plays out.
Yes. I want to know why they're doing it.
So, just stop. I mean, I know it's from the business perspective, like, these deadlines are important to them and advertisers and however all this stuff works.
And investors are huge.
Yes. But just push that shit back. From someone that works in software, when things are not ready, they're not ready.
Right. I'm watching your video right now, by the way.
What'd you say?
I was watching your video.
Excellent. It's like, stop announcing things way too early with a date attached to it.
Right. Are we ever going to see The Division? Like, when is that coming out?
I bet my expectations are just minimal for that game at this point.
I'm still very excited for it, but they showed that like 2 or 3 E3s ago.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Like, Watch Dogs, another example. Rainbow Six, another example. That started as Rainbow Six Patriots.
Yeah.
And that got canceled and then came back as Siege.
Right. Now, another thing about Siege, though, that game it doesn't look great.
I think it looks good.
Do you?
I think it visually looks good when you're alive. When you're dead, it's bullshit, hot garbage, Rainbow Six stuff. Which, I don't get this either. So many games now, well, not so many, but too many, are coming out as online-only games that shouldn't be.
Right.
Rainbow Six has always been a good campaign. Rainbow Six Vegas was one of my favorite campaigns for a very long time. These are Tom Clancy games. Tom Clancy's an author. He writes stories. Where are the stories?
No, Tom Clancy is now just a name attached to it.
Right, I think he sold his name, right?
Yeah.
But still, like, Tom Clancy was an author. Like, there should be a story attached to anything that says Tom Clancy. in my mind. Even if he sold his name, there should still be a story. Like, I don't understand why Siege does not have a single player, especially when you're bringing in like a big name actress, like Angela Bassett. Is that her name? Like, she's the...
Yeah, I think so.
Like, she's... I don't know, something in that game. I don't know what it is because there's no story, but she's there somehow. They made a big deal about that at E3. Like, why? Why is there no... Even if it's a 3-4 hour campaign, like something short, why is it not there?
The other side of that coin, though, is don't add the single player just for the checkbox of we have a single player campaign.
Right, but...
Are you aware of what happened with Titanfall?
Yeah. There's a campaign which was such bullshit.
It was terrible.
It wasn't a campaign.
It was the multiplayer with somebody chatting at you in the top right corner.
It was bad.
It was terrible. It was just why. And then you had to play through it to unlock certain things. And it's like, but this is tedious and annoying.
And you had to play through it twice.
Right.
Once for each side.
Mm-hmm.
And it was identical.
I mean, it was done in like a few hours, but it was just like, why? Like, this is just stupid. Titanfall I really enjoyed for like an hour.
Right, which is what the general community did, because try finding a match on that now. I have it on the PC, and out of curiosity, because I heard another podcast saying, like, you can't find a match. You can't.
Really?
It took me a long time to get an unfilled match.
Wow.
Like, and that was an online-only game. I never played Evolve. Evolve had a lot of hype behind it, especially for being from the Left 4 Dead people.
Yeah.
And apparently that died out.
Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't appeal to me as, like... See, I feel like Battlefront is different because I feel like if it is 20 on 20, but if you get a group of people together on one of your teams, you can coordinate and get some stuff done. Otherwise, it's just going to be a shit show. In something like Evolve, you have to play with those people. You have to get coordinated. And that just doesn't seem appealing to me. Because people suck.
Yeah, and it worries me. I really wish they would have got someone to write a decent Star Wars story for Battlefront. Like, why not? Like, that's just such an opportunity wasted, I feel like, to tell a decent story in a beloved universe.
I don't really care. It doesn't bother me.
I care. I was excited to play a story for Battlefront.
I'm excited to see whatever story-driven Star Wars games come out now.
Yeah, I love campaigns. I hate online. I don't like playing with other people. Like, I really don't. Like, I love to play campaigns. That's my favorite thing. Like, I play all the Call of Duty campaigns, and I play the online too because I like shooting people. But like, I enjoy the campaigns. I do, and I am kind of excited about Black Ops 3 campaign, like the co-op campaign. Kind of.
So you're gonna get that game?
I have it pre-ordered.
Of course you do.
Yeah, of course I do.
I think I'm done. I think I'm officially over Call of Duty.
I always say I'm over Call of Duty, and then I always get it, so I just said, fuck it, I'm just going to pre-order from the start this time so I can get in the beta. And I played in the beta. It was obviously the online beta. It was weird.
Playing with your damn wire.
Oh, is it making noise?
Yes.
Oh, how much noise is it making?
A lot. It sounds like you're in a damn wind tunnel.
How does that sound?
I don't know.
All right.
You're still doing it, though.
I wonder if it's my fan.
Huh.
Please hold.
Maybe.
Please hold.
I played elevator music while you were gone.
Is it gone?
It is gone.
Play
with your wire a bit.
All right, here we go. There it is.
Yeah, it's gone. That's weird. You know what it is? Maybe you playing with your wire made just enough sound for your mic to pick up, and then once it picked up, the fan sound was enough to keep it on.
Yeah, but what's weird is the fan is always on when we do the shit show, and no one hears it.
I don't know.
I don't know what I was saying.
You're getting Black Ops. You played the beta. You were going to tell me about the beta.
It was weird because it's not advanced. Fuck you. It's not advanced warfare anymore. It's Black Ops again. Like, but there still was like these jumping mechanics and wall running. Like, it was just
Right.
Weird. I mean, it was fine. It was the same thing as Modern Warfare, like the original Modern Warfare. It's the same thing, except different maps that I'm probably gonna hate.
Right.
I don't know. I'm excited about the campaign. I like their campaigns, like just like the giant set piece moments. Like I do enjoy playing those.
Sure. My favorite thing about the last, what was the last one? It's like the weird game mode that ended up coming out that was not competitive. It was just like super fun to get into. I think it was called Gun Game.
Oh, that was in Ghost.
Yeah, that was so much fun.
I loved that. I didn't even know what it was. I'm
I
like,
played that for hours.
That was my favorite mode. For anyone that doesn't know, Gun Game, it was first to 25 kills, right?
Yeah.
And everyone started with the same gun, and once you got a kill with that gun, it changed to the next gun in the list. Now you got a kill with each gun that they gave you.
Mm-hmm. And the last thing you get is a knife.
Yeah.
And you have to run, and you have to knife somebody. Now the twist, here's where the plot twist comes in, is if you get knifed at any point, you go back a kill. And you have to get a kill with that gun again. So there's no teams in this game, but you could still play with a party of your friends. So I would always play with Chris and James and whoever else was in the map. I would always stab Chris, though. Always.
I can't wait. We're not going to say it now, but we have something to talk about with Chris when we do the actual shit show. I can't wait to bring that up.
So another thing that would happen is I get tense when I turn a corner and somebody's right there. I mean, I guess I'm on edge when I'm playing games like that, and I tend to squeeze the remote. And me squeezing the remote helps me hit the button that melees. Yeah. And I always get James like that. James comes around the corner, dead.
I always get scared. Oh god, and just melee. Yep. Like it just happens.
100%. Do that every time.
Yeah.
It works for me.
So I have a segment I want to do for this. Again, we're not done with shit we're playing. We're going to talk about more shit that we're playing. But I feel like everyone plays mobile games. I want us to pick a mobile game each episode that everyone needs to play.
Ooh.
I have one right now.
Okay.
My friend Jess said one day you have to play this game, and I downloaded it, and I got like no work done that day.
Okay.
It's called Best Fiends.
Best Fiends.
Yeah, it looks like a match 3 game, but it's not a match 3. Like you just connect different colors.
Oh, that's totally in my price range.
Yeah, free.
I'm installing now.
Yeah, it's just really good. Like you match colors to make things fight for you, and you fight these slugs, and the animals you use are really like these cute little things, and they sell stuffed animals of them that you could buy. With shit you can't see. I'm holding it up.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's an awesome little game everyone needs to play.
Okay, so I typed in Best Fiends. The second thing that popped up is Future Baby Generator Party. And it looks like you can take pictures of 2 people and generate what their baby will look like.
This needs to happen. Okay.
So how's this game segment going to work? Now you pick that game. Do I pick a game, and then do we come back? Do we come back together and establish who wins?
Sure.
I'm just asking. I don't know how your rules work. You come up with a half-ass segment. You don't tell me the rules.
There are no rules.
Shut up.
I just had a game I wanted people to play, so I brought it up.
I've got a game I want you to play, just because it's stupid, addicting, and fun.
Well, I can't download it right now, because apparently I need to verify my credit information even for free things, and I don't know my verification code.
What is that about?
I don't know. I don't know what my wallet is at the moment, so...
So, I've got this game called Magic Touch.
Okay.
And it's a bunch of little guys falling from the ceiling with balloons attached to them. The balloon has a pattern on it. You need to draw that pattern, and the balloon pops. When the balloon pops, the guy hits the ground. You get a point. It's just one of those endless games. You see how much of a score you could rack up. As you go, you get coins. The coins you use, you could buy power-ups. You buy the power-ups, it does special things. Like there's a lightning bolt. You could draw the lightning bolt on the screen, and it pops all of the balloons, and everybody falls. You get a few points for everybody that's on the screen. There's one that sets hot fire on the bottom of the screen, so if you miss one of them and it hits the bottom, you don't lose. It's a lot of fun. I think you should get on board with it.
I will.
That's Magic Touch.
All right. So something else I think we should discuss, especially going to be monthly. We can talk about what games will be free on Xbox and PlayStation.
Cool.
So I do have the list. Start with PlayStation. So you got Broken Age, which I'm excited about. I wanted to play that, and I never wanted to pay for it. It's...
Wow.
I mean...
You cheap bastard.
Me?
Yeah, that's not true.
No.
Brian bought all the games. He's got all the games that are coming out within the next year.
I do have a lot of games.
How'd that work out for you with Tony Hawk 5?
We'll get to that. It's uninstalled. We'll get to that. Broken Age, it's an adventure game. I don't know much else about it except that it apparently has a really good twist at the end of the first episode. It's 2 episodes, and I'm excited to get through that. Super Meat Boy, which is apparently an extremely difficult platformer.
I downloaded that one. I'm ready to play that one. That one's on my Vita.
Yeah, I have that on my Vita as well. Unmechanical Extended, which I don't know a single thing about. Kickbeat, which I actually purchased when it came out. It's a rhythm fighting game. Pretty terrible.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What is it for? What is this one for?
Vita and PS3.
Interesting.
Kung Fu Rabbit, which is also on Vita and I believe PS3. You heard me right, Kung Fu Rabbit. I don't know anything about that either.
You sick son of a bitch.
And then Chariot, which is on PS3 and PS4, but only free on PS3. It's like a couch co-op game where you're bringing your dead father somewhere.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yep, so typical 6 games, which I don't understand, like, why... It's always 6 games, say 2 for each platform, but, like, some of them are cross-buy, some aren't. I don't understand their rubrics for that, but whatever. And then your games with gold is 4 games.
Wait, before you move on to games with gold, do you know who that's up to? When a game is cross-buy, or is it up to the
I would assume the publishers and the developers and stuff, not Sony, but sure. I don't know. I don't know how Sony makes money with PlayStation Plus and how these games are free. Like,
I've got like 1,000 games. I've got more games for my PlayStation 4 than I've had for any other system that I've ever owned.
Right. Like, Rocket League is a terrific game. It's $20. I would have gladly paid $60 for it. It was free. How do they make money when everyone gets it when it's free?
That game is just banana sandwich. I love it.
I know. I bought the DLCs because I wanted to give them money. Mm-hmm. Not because I wanted new cars. I can care less. I just wanted to give them money.
I hear that.
And there's a new DLC coming out with a DeLorean, which I do want to buy.
Excuse me?
Yes.
Goodbye, Rape Van.
Goodbye, Rape Van is right.
Oh,
DeLorean? We're going to be a team of DeLoreans.
I love it.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. It comes out like soon, like in a week.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yemen DeLorean?
Yes.
Oh, man. This is going to be fantastic.
I can't wait. The Team Fat.
Oh, my God. Are they going to add the boost to be the fire lines?
I hope so.
Oh, my God.
Yes. I think it comes out the 22nd.
I hope when you hit the boost, you just hear him yell 1.21 gigawatts. And you just go fly. That would be amazing.
We can hope. So Games of Gold is 4 games. Got Valiant Hearts, which was free on PS Plus a couple months ago. I forgot what it's like a World War I game, I think.
It's a Great War, sir.
Yeah, I guess that gives it away. Valiant Hearts, the Great War. Yep, World War I. Telltale's The Walking Dead Season 1, which if you did not play that, you're an idiot.
So, I think I played... I don't know if I played the whole thing. How many... It's, what is it, 5?
5 episodes.
So I probably did play it all?
Well, 4. I'm going to say 4
it.
episodes because every Telltale game, episode 4 is just terrible, so it's only 4 good episodes.
Yeah, I need to buy the rest of those. I'm a huge Walking Dead fan, and I think it's kind of crazy that I haven't played through all of those yet.
Well, it doesn't follow the series.
Doesn't matter. I love the universe, the characters. It's great.
I played through Season 1 and Season 2, and Season 1, Anthony, all you have to do is beat the game, and you get the platinum.
So I guess I didn't beat it.
That's all.
Or did I get it on Xbox?
No.
I don't remember.
All you have to do is beat it. There's no all right, I need to go back and make a different decision. No.
Wait, that wasn't in the list of platinums that you have.
Yes, it is.
You told me that you had The Wolf Among Us.
No, I said I was thinking about getting The Wolf Among Us.
Oh.
I have The Walking Dead
Mhm.
and I have Rocket League. Those are the only 2 platinums I have. And I said I always get close, and then I just like, okay, fuck this. But I might go back for The Wolf Among Us, and when Life is Strange finishes, I might get that.
You gonna get that Metal Gear Solid 5 platinum?
No, I won't even come
That
close.
just seems painful.
It's torture.
Yeah, that's just not fun to me.
I'd rather get waterboarded than go for that platinum. I really would.
Bold statement. I'll allow it.
It's a true statement. So yeah, season 1 is free on Xbox. If you've never played it, it's free. If you don't have an Xbox, buy it on wherever you can. It's everywhere. It's on mobile phones. It's fucking everywhere. Just get it.
Also, read the comic.
I don't do that.
Oh, it's so good, though.
I don't read comics. I'm an adult.
Shut up, Brian. No, you're not.
Also free on Xbox, Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, which I enjoyed when I played it. I was like, this is fine. Now that I played Metal Gear Solid 5 and fell in love, I kind of want to go back to Ground Zeroes and see what I missed.
I was thinking that same thing.
Yeah. And then finally, Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, which...
That's a solid one.
Really good game. And I see the price is $29.99, like original, like the full price, which shocks me that's still $30 because I feel like that game has been like $5 everywhere. Especially on Steam. That game was like always on sale on Steam. But definitely an awesome game. And the gameplay of that is just like Uncharted. And
that was the first game that I got with my PS4.
That was not the first game I got. First game I got was Knack.
How was that?
Actually fun.
Yeah?
Yeah, I hope they make a sequel. I liked it. Yeah, so Tomb Raider plays like Uncharted. The Uncharted collection came out. I was very excited about this. 'Cause I played Uncharted 1 like when it came out, like in 2008, 2009, 2008 I think. Whatever the fuck it came out. I played it, loved it. Uncharted 2 came out, played it, loved it. Uncharted 3 came out, played it, loved it. I never went back to play these games.
Do you like fish sticks?
Love them.
Question. You never went back to play them?
No.
So you bought the whatever Game of the Year edition of the first one and never played it?
And the second one.
Oh, right. You just bought them to have them?
Oh, I wanted to play them.
You bought them with every intention of playing them and never did.
Exactly.
Okay, fair enough.
So yeah, I never replayed them. I'm almost done with the first Uncharted in this collection. I'm going to play them in order. And yeah, it's right now it just seems like everything that I wanted that I really didn't know I wanted. Like it's so much fun to go back and play it. And I don't even remember. Like things are happening. I'm like, oh shit! Like I don't remember because it was so long ago. Sure. And Drake's Deception, the third one, I feel like I'm gonna have the same effect. I don't remember.
Right.
I just can't wait to play through them all.
Well, I'm in a different position from you, so I always wanted to play those games, and you were like, "Oh, I have them. Why don't you borrow them?" So you sent me the first one. I played it. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. And this was like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. I don't remember. 2 years ago, probably. Played through it. Absolutely loved it. Couldn't wait to get my hands on the second one. And I was like, that's when we were both thinking, I mean, they're going to release these again.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I'm not going to play it. I'm going to wait until it comes out. And now I have that chance, and I can't wait to get started. However, I'm like, I already played the first one, so like I haven't started it again because I know that I'm going to want to play the first one again just to go through the whole thing. And I keep like getting sidetracked by either like, oh, I've only got like half an hour, so let's just play some Rocket League or something else. But I'm probably gonna, I might actually talking about it, I might get into it just after the show because I'm
gonna play it for a little bit after the show.
I'm pretty thrilled about it. Pretty excited. I do have to get up early tomorrow, but I really don't care.
I do as well. I do. Uncharted is probably my favorite game series ever. Not my favorite game, like individually. Like neither one of those is my favorite game.
Okay. But
my favorite game series.
Right.
And I have a major problem with all three of them. So it's just a weird statement that as my favorite series, I have a major problem. My major problem, minor, very minor spoilers.
Do I want to know?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal. It's very minor. I'm not going to ruin like anything.
So the main character dies. Damn it, Brian.
So when Drake dies, and then the next one rewinds 10 years, you have to play from there. No, my major problem is, I'm not going to say it's a very realistic and grounded game, because it's not. I mean, the treasure hunting stuff is whatever. Like, I'm sure people do this, but no one can climb the way he climbs. There are not these bricks that are out of the wall for you to climb on.
I've seen you climb the way that he climbs.
Okay, but if I need to scale a building, like, there's not going to be like bricks out on each thing for me to jump up. Like, it's just like dumb how like there's just
climb the pole next to it and then jump onto the roof.
Right. Yes, that's happened. I know, but no, I'm saying like there's all these set things that you can climb. That always bothered me. But my major,
I can't get down.
Liz.
Liz.
I feel like that's just always going to be our go-to thing now. Like, Liz.
Yeah.
Who doesn't know Liz is Matt's girlfriend, but you know that if you listen. So Uncharted, like I'm saying, it's not an ultra realistic game, but until the ends of these games, they're normal. They're not supernatural type thing. Now you played the first one, so you know at the end like, it gets like a little like creepy, like supernatural-ish.
Yeah.
Like, why? And they all have something like that.
Okay.
Why?
I don't know. I didn't know they were all going to have that, but
I mean, it's not a major spoiler.
No, I don't really care.
Like, they all have something that's like supernatural-ish, and I don't understand why.
Yeah, when the first one went there, I didn't know how to take it at first.
It bothers me.
Yeah, and then I was like, I don't care. Like, in the end, I was like, but this is still so much fun to play.
No, I know. And I just feel like I would have liked it better if they didn't go that route.
Yeah.
And maybe I would have said one of those 3 games is my favorite game of all time, not just my favorite series.
Right. I don't know if I could put a title on my favorite game of all time.
Mine actually might be... It's tough. It's between a couple games, but like 2 of the front runners. One is another Naughty Dog game. That is The Last of Us.
Ooh.
I played The Last of Us on PS3, beat it a few times, loved it, tried the multiplayer, couldn't get into it, but I was like, that's fine. They remastered a PS4, beat it again like 3 or 4 times, the main story, and the multiplayer, you and I had some moments. That multiplayer.
We had some good times.
It was so good.
Things got intimate.
Yeah, it was just, it's so good. So like that's one of my favorite games of all time, and then SOCOM 2. Like,
yeah, you were big into that game.
When SOCOM 2 came out, like I was in school at the time, and I used to play from when I got home from school till it was time to go to school the next day, and then I would sleep in school and then go home and do that again. So like on a normal Tuesday afternoon, Brian is watching the sunrise as he plays SOCOM on a school day. Yeah.
Did you say you're watching the sunrise on a Tuesday afternoon?
I might have. But I meant just on a normal random weekday that I have school, I'm watching the sun come up as I'm playing video games all day.
I was waiting for you to say, you know what I mean. I was going to be like, no.
Yeah.
I don't at all. Yeah. I mean, you know me. I was always a huge Halo fan, but at this point, it's more like Stockholm Syndrome. But I'm really hopeful for this next one because I played the beta and I did love the beta. But the last 2 games, I did not. I tried and I played hours and hours of them, but they just weren't. They just weren't there. I
never liked the multiplayer in Halo. I always liked the campaigns. I never liked the multiplayer. I don't have an Xbox One. There are a lot of things compelling me to get an Xbox One, and I am either going to buy
the pretty new colors. The pretty new colors are pretty solid.
I didn't know there were new colors.
Yeah, they're pretty sweet.
So I'm moving in a couple months, and I'm buying either an Xbox One or a Wii U. I don't know which one yet. I'm leaning more towards the Wii U because it'd be easier. Chris and I just play Mario or something like that. Just something easy to go up and play. I don't know if I need another system. I love my PS4, And the only thing I would play on an Xbox One is your Gears, your Quantum Break, your Halo, like just their exclusives. I don't know if they have enough exclusives to drive me to their price point.
I hear that. The Wii U, I have one, and I played hours of Mario Kart. I played 2 rounds of Mario Party, and I was like, I feel like I haven't touched it since.
Yeah, I feel like I would touch that more than the Xbox.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm gonna buy one of them, like around the holidays when the prices like drop and bundles and sales. Like I'm gonna get one of them. Sure. I still don't know which one.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm probably gonna have both. Fuck me. It's me.
I'm pretty interested in Quantum Break.
I am and I'm not. I don't understand the TV show portion of it.
You play a portion of the game, which unlocks a portion of the show, which is from the villain's perspective.
I don't want to do that. I just want to play the game. That's Remedy, right? That's making that?
That sounds right. I'm going to double check.
I think it's Remedy. But that to me, I love stories in my games, but I like the story in the game. I don't want a story to go with my game. Right. That's my problem. Quantum Break, I think, looks awesome. I think it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I just don't want that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested in seeing how it plays out. I'm definitely going to get it and going to play through it and see how it is. But I just think it's different. I'm excited for the game. I'll see what happens. I get what you're saying, though.
Yeah,
I'm wondering if that stuff is going to be absolutely necessary, or if it's just like something that adds to it for you. Like, are you going to have to watch the show to really get the full thing?
And I think you are, and I'm not on board.
I'm not sure if you need it for the whole story, if you're just getting it for like deeper character development or something like that. But like I said, I'd be interested to find out.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at my game library now, my PlayStation, and I see I have Assassin's Creed, Black Flag, and Assassin's Creed Unity. Can they just kill that series, please?
I played 2 hours of the first one, like a year ago.
I played a lot of the first one, and I didn't like it, and I said, fuck this series. And then I bought the Assassin's Creed bundle Vita years ago. And the girl sold it to me. She's like, "Do you like Assassin's Creed?" I'm like, "Nah, I like the white Vita." And she's like, and she thought I was joking and being sarcastic, but no, I just liked the white Vita, and that's what I wanted. And then she's like, "Really?" And she realized I was serious. She's like, "You don't like Assassin's Creed?" And at this time, Assassin's Creed 1, 2, Revelations, Brotherhood, and 3 were out.
Okay.
And she's like, "Forget 1, just play 2." And I'm like...
And I've heard that over and over again.
Yeah. So I'm like, nah. I'm good.
No?
And also at this time, the job I had, I was traveling a lot and spending a lot of time in hotels. Now I have a gaming laptop, and Assassin's Creed 2 was on a Steam sale. So I'm like, fuck it. All right. I bought it, downloaded it, booted it up. I thought it was incredible. I never actually finished it. I put a lot of time into it, but I never finished it. It was really good. I get it. Like, I hope that like Watch Dogs 2 is like just a better version, because that's what it was. Better version. It fixed most of the problems, and that was good. And I had a lot of fun with it. But I just feel like they've regressed ever since. And because I keep trying, and I'm thinking I'm gonna get that same magic I got when I tried to play Assassin's Creed 2, and they all fucking suck. Well,
that was great.
This is what I don't get. Black Flag, they introduced like a voting system after the mission that uploaded to like your Uplay. Like, so if you didn't like the mission, like you gave it a bad.
I'm gonna stop you right there with this Uplay shit.
I don't have a problem with Uplay.
I don't like any. Just another thing that I need to sign into for like this extra. Just stop it. I just don't want it. Stop throwing it in my face. Stop making me sign into things. I
don't have a problem. EA has Origin.
Yeah, they can suck it too.
No, I it is what it is.
I don't like it. It bothers me. Bothers the hell out of me.
Whatever. So they had this thing uploaded to Uplay. If you didn't like the mission, you voted bad for it, and they were supposed to take that all into consideration. Assassin's Creed has these terrible missions where you're supposed to like stay out of sight and tail people and chase people and stuff like that.
Okay.
Everyone always bitches about them, says they suck. I hate them. Everyone I ever spoke to hates them. You listen to other gaming podcasts, they all hate them. There's now a voting system. I'm sure everyone voted it poorly. The first mission in Unity is to do that. I played the first mission and I shut it off. I said no.
Absolutely. That is fantastic.
I don't get it.
Oh my god.
I really don't get it.
Well, we've already established earlier today that surveys are bullshit.
Did we? Oh yeah. Apparently, let me pull up this tweet. It was Games Radar, I believe, tweeted something out. Hold on, I'm getting there. Games Radar said, survey says people want Black Ops 3 more than Fallout 4. And I immediately replied to Games Radar saying I question where these surveys come from.
To in much politer words, Brian replied, "Not go bullshit."
Yeah, I wanted to say that, but then there was a fun conversation going on with them. But
7-year-olds.
7-year-olds. I am not a fan of Fallout. I am sort of a fan of Call of Duty. Like, I do play them. I am going to buy Call of Duty. I'm not going to buy Fallout. But if you said, what are you more excited for? I'm more excited to see how Fallout turns out than Call of Duty. It's just, sure. I don't like the game, so I'm not going to get it. But, like, if I was in that poll and it said pick a game, I'm picking Fallout, and I'm not even buying Fallout. There is no way Black Ops 3 is more anticipated than Fallout 4. No way.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Call of Duty has a gigantic following, but I agree. I get where you're coming from.
So does Fallout.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't. I think those numbers are made up. I really do, and I just immediately questioned it. Immediately. Yes.
Freaking Call of Duty. Okay, here's a question. Did you know what they're doing with the last gen versions of the new Call of Duty?
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. You take a campaign out of a Call of Duty game. I'm affected, and I think maybe me and like Colin Moriarty are the only people who play them.
No, there's a big following for the single players.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of...
I actually bought Advanced Warfare. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
My words stopped. I bought Advanced Warfare. I played through the campaign that night, and then I just traded it back in the next day. I was like, I played 2 rounds of the multiplayer, and I was like, I'm done with this. This is just not for me. And that's when I established that I was done with Call of Duty for a while.
Yeah, I agree with releasing a multiplayer only Call of Duty, because most people only gravitate towards the multiplayer.
Sure.
What I don't agree with is valuing a campaign to Call of Duty at $10. I can't justify buying Call of Duty on an old hardware with not as good specs like in graphics as the new one for only $10 less. I feel like it should be $10 less anyway because it's on last gen.
Right.
Like Ground Zeroes did that. When it came out, it was like 40, I believe it was 40 on PS4 and 30 on PS3. Or an Xbox 360, Xbox One. I think that's how it should be. Like the last gen ones should be like $10 less by default because they're not as big and as like beautiful as the new ones.
Right.
I just think $10 is enough. It should have been $40 maximum. Maximum.
I think I would agree with that.
And I'm saying maximum, but $40 really is the only price that would work. It should be $40. Like $30 is too low, too cheap.
Yeah, probably. You just got me thinking because you were saying that Ground Zeroes was cheaper on the older systems. Metal Gear Solid 5 is on the older systems. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah,
that's nuts.
Yeah. I look at the PlayStation blog all the time for like the drop and stuff like that they post, like all the games coming out.
Sure.
And I usually take a quick glance at the comments, and when Metal Gear Solid 5 came out, like there was other stuff that came out that week, and someone like commented like, "Can't wait to play Mad Max, which is a new gen only game, and then can't wait to play Metal Gear Solid 5 on my PS3." And someone's like, "Why the fuck are you buying that on PS3 if you have a PS4 to play Mad Max on?" Like I didn't understand that. But yeah, that was on the old gen hardware.
That's crazy. I wonder how that game looks. I need to look that up because the game is unbelievable.
It probably looks good. I mean, those systems were...
Well, think about like The Last of Us, how ridiculous that looks on the PS3.
Right, but if you go back and play it, it does feel clunky.
I mean, in comparison.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, no, like you don't know that when you first play it without playing the new one, but it does.
Yeah, because when you throw The Last of Us in for the first time on your PS3, you wait 6 days for it to load, and then you play it, and you're just like, holy shit, that's why it took this long.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That game was unbelievable.
So, by the way, at the time of this recording, 34 days, 23 hours, and 54 minutes until the full release of Battlefront.
34 days?
Yes, sir.
How many hours?
23.
I thought you said 34 days, 52 hours, and I'm like, nah, hang on.
I said 54 minutes.
That's a weird way to time something.
Apparently the Division is 146 days until that gets delayed again.
Right.
Rainbow Six is 48 days. Of course, because I have all these things pre-ordered.
I'm trying to think. I think the next game that I have coming out is probably Halo. That I'm super excited for.
Huh. I don't see Uncharted 4 in my library, and I know I've pre-ordered that.
When does that come out? Or it's slated for March, but probably not? Is that...
Yeah, it's slated for March. They delayed it to March. I do think they'll hit March.
I don't care. Take your time.
Now, do you know... What do you think... What do you take away from that name, A Thief's End? Like, do you think...
So I don't want to make any assumptions because I'm not familiar with 2 or 3.
Well, then make an assumption not being familiar with 2 or 3. Just do it.
I mean, the title is super ominous, so I feel like that would be too obvious if it was a death.
Okay.
So maybe we're just hanging things up. Maybe, I mean, I don't know. I have no gauge on it. I don't know where the rest of the story goes, so I need to see that first, I feel like.
Well, did you listen to I don't know, I know you listen to a lot of the podcasts going on, like where they talked about Uncharted 1, 2, and 3?
I was, but I was kind of skipping through it because I didn't want to hear too much.
Okay. 156 days until Uncharted 4. So I won't say anything about that, but once you beat the Nathan Drake collection, we'll talk about Uncharted 4 in here, because you will beat that before Uncharted 4 comes out, so we'll have discussions about that here.
Yeah, I might beat that before the next time we meet.
Well, we never see each other anymore.
Whose fault is that, Brian?
Yours?
Debatable.
We'll get into that later. One thing I do want to say, the last time we got together, we did a full playthrough of Until Dawn.
Yeah, and you fell asleep.
I did. So I recommend...
Everybody falls asleep on me.
On our... I don't need to know this. On our YouTube channel, go check out the Until Dawn playthrough. Watch the first, first bit of it. And then you can tail off as we played through it, because it was fun in the beginning. I was awake and energy, and then
watch until at least the first scream.
Yeah, that's what the title says.
My favorite part about that is the fact that we actually got 8 minutes into it, and I broke the goddamn game.
Yeah, I never posted that though.
Yeah, that was pretty great.
Yeah, I didn't. So, Far Cry. Did you have thoughts?
No. I don't really care. I played 4. It was fun. I didn't beat it. I didn't get too far into it. I had a good time with it for like.
I'm not
a little
talking
bit.
about 4.
I know you're talking about the new one.
Primal?
But I'm saying, like, I don't necessarily care. I just don't think the game is for me. We'll see. I'll probably play that one just because it sounds interesting, but we'll see. Why are you excited for this?
I don't know. Far Cry 3 and 4 both they were like the same damn game. But they both had like intriguing villains.
Right.
What do you do in this time frame of like that Primal goes into A, tell a story, B, have them speak? Like, how do you make a Far Cry game in this time frame?
I don't know.
That's all I'm intrigued
about. That's probably what I'm interested in finding out.
Yeah. That's really what I want to know.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about... Actually, let me talk about Tony Hawk real quick.
Yes, please.
Growing up, huge Tony Hawk Pro Skater fan.
Love it.
Huge. Never was a skateboarder. That I tried once to skateboard, and that ended badly. So I couldn't skateboard, but I loved Tony Hawk. Mm-hmm. I was always awesome at Tony Hawk games. Always enjoyed them. Tony Hawk 2 was my favorite, like most people.
Yeah. 2 was phenomenal.
I played every Tony Hawk game except the ones that had that horrible peripheral of the skateboard. The ride ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I played Underground 2. Like, I liked those, even though they went away a little bit from like the normal Tony Hawk stuff. I still enjoyed them, played them, loved them. They announced Tony Hawk 5. I am ecstatic. Right. Then they release a gameplay trailer, and I'm no longer ecstatic. I'm like, all right, well, I'll take the good that it looks like it's going to be the original Tony Hawk, graphics and all, but it looks like it's how it used to be. That game is it's just, words can't describe how bad it is. I wanted to like it. I loaded it up, and now you're in like an open world, not an open world, but like there's other people in your world.
Okay.
When you first get to like skating around, and everyone's just fucking Tony Hawk. So it's just like 12 Tony Hawks skating around.
Change the verbiage on that, because the visual is phenomenal.
What?
Everyone's just fucking Tony Hawk.
Everyone's just skating around as the avatar Tony Hawk.
Sure.
And then like you go into a mission which takes you out of that, and then you're by yourself doing it. And a lot of them are skate around, collect these things, try to beat this score, pop these balls. Like, yes. Like,
sorry?
Yeah, don't worry. They're all dumb. Like, well, okay. Not all of them are dumb. Like, the scores ones are good, like, but like it's just it wasn't fun. It was very tedious. Like, I didn't have fun playing it. The first couple rounds I played, like the trick challenge and stuff, I got scores. Like, this is awesome. This feels like it used to feel. Then like it wore off that like I'm playing a Tony Hawk game. Like, I was just so excited about that, and it just wore off. I'm like, yeah, this fucking blows. I played it for like 2 days trying to like it, and I uninstalled it. Like, I can't play it. It's bad. The physics is really bad. I mean, Tony Hawk games weren't known for their physics to begin with, but like, this is just bad.
And this was a full-on $60 game, right?
Yeah, I really want them to do a refund program.
That's rough.
Yeah,
I love Tony Hawk back in the day. You remember in the first one you couldn't even manual?
Yeah, and then they added like the revert in like Tony Hawk 3 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I had the original Tony Hawk. It was the blue cartridge on Nintendo 64.
Yes. I have that downstairs. Still have it.
That's how I had the original Tony Hawk, and then Tony Hawk 2 I had on the original PlayStation, the PS1.
Right, I didn't have that, so I had it on I had it on my computer, actually. It's one of the only computer games that I've owned.
They've released that on the computer?
Yeah.
Huh.
Was that on one of the handhelds at some point, Tony Hawk 2? I think I had it portable.
What handhelds were out at that time?
No, it was like later. I could be completely thinking of something else.
I don't know.
Google.
Yes. No.
Google.
Yeah, so that's bad.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
Very bad.
Very bad.
Do you want to talk about Destiny?
I mean, we could talk about Destiny. I'm kind of over it.
Do you like the Taken King?
Yeah.
How far did you
I
get?
think it's I mean, as far as the story goes,
Well, yeah, as far as the new content.
I made him. I fought him. I didn't
Which-
play the new raid yet.
So you fought him, and then it tells you the Taken King, like, and you get the trophy and everything.
Yeah.
Do you know there's still more story missions after that?
Yeah. I played a handful of them.
Like, I think that's pretty cool. Like,
Yeah.
you fight the main protagonist in it, and then, like, you get, like, these stupid missions that you have to do, like, on, like, patrols and stuff, like, kill these giant things, and you do it, and then you get a new story mission. Like, I thought that was cool. Like, you were working to find a new story mission. Like, I thought I beat all the content, and all of a sudden, like, I finished some patrol thing, and I have a new story quest. Like,
Right.
I think they did a pretty good job with it.
They did. No, I've got nothing against like them. I think they did a great job, and I think I love Cade. I think the voice acting for him is fantastic.
Yeah. Now, I love Nolan North.
Yeah.
I had no problem with Peter Dinklage.
Neither did I. And here's I have a problem with everybody hating on his performance, on Peter Dinklage's performance, because I feel like one person said it and then everybody else just decided to agree that it was really bad. And I just don't get it. Maybe it's just me, but I don't. I mean, obviously you feel the same way. That I don't get it. I don't understand what was so bad.
What bothered me so much, they were calling him Dinklebot, saying he sounds like a robot.
He's a robot.
He is a robot. I don't get it. But I don't. No, I do. I love Nolan North, but I feel like he sounds bad as
He
the
sounds
ghost.
like Guilty Spark from Halo.
It sounds stupid.
Yeah. It's,
And I don't know why they re-recorded all the original stuff. Like, just add Nolan North into the new stuff and leave Dinklage in the old stuff. Why did you re-record all his shit? I don't agree with that at all.
the whole thing is weird.
Yeah, my only problem with Destiny, I didn't like the light system, how that was how you leveled up in the older before this. So then they're like, all right, it's just a straight experience. You leveled up way too quick in this.
Oh, what, to 40?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it didn't matter though, because it's still, the rest of it is, so like I get the whole like grinding for gear stuff now, and it's actually kind of fun to do it. Like you'll play missions and you'll get new stuff, and then your light level will go up, because really the number that you care about is that light level. It's not the level at all.
Right.
But at the same time, I feel like it's weird. I mean, I get it. Like a lot of it's a weird thing to complain about, and I'm not really complaining about it. I just don't think it's for me. It's that there's so much to do in that game that it feels like a chore.
Yeah.
And I'm just not into it. It's like I feel like if I want to be a part of that game and play it with my friends, I need to constantly be on it and be on top of everything and make sure that I've got like the greatest gear and all this stuff so that I can run the same things with them. And it's just like, oh, all right, I have to play this for a couple hours so that I can do this and I just like, I don't want to do that. I'm not interested.
No, I'm with you. I don't like. I don't. I like to do a strike here and there. I like to do a couple of missions. I don't like to do the chore stuff, like all the what's the word I'm looking for? What are those stupid missions called? The stupid little quests, the bounties. I don't like doing bounties and stuff like that. I have a love-hate with the Crucible.
Right.
I like it, and then I'm like, this is dumb. I hate this, but then I like it again.
Sure.
I don't know how I feel about it.
The Crucible was fun. Again, it's another thing that I'm over. It's just like you have to, you grab those bounties and you go through, and I guess that's kind of fun. I feel like that kind of distracted me because I was like, okay, I have this thing to do in the multiplayer, completing these missions and whatever. But I don't know. It's just I think I put so many. I feel like it's weird. You know what it is? I think this is probably part of what annoys me is that I put so much time into that game, getting like all these things like last year, and getting up to a certain point. And then I feel like it's kind of just like reset.
See, that doesn't bother me because I played MMOs for years.
Yeah, and I never did.
And like World of Warcraft, like back like vanilla WoW before all the expansions, like I had really good gear, and the rarity system, like green was not very rare, then it was blue, then purple, like stuff like that. So like I was replacing like all my legendary like purple gear sets with these just random shitty green drops that I would get when killing a random monster when the expansion came out. Like so I was used to that. I didn't have a problem with that at all. Like, because I did play MMOs for many years. So that didn't bother me. I expected that.
Sure.
But I just...
Yeah, well, but I go back and forth with it, though, because I do appreciate that there's more to do now, but there's just so much to do that I'm like, I don't feel like I'm having fun when I'm playing it, and then I'm kind of just over it.
Yeah.
Which is like, I can't say that to Chris, because Chris lives and breathes that game.
Yeah, that is all that kid does. I just realized I had a text. Yeah, I'm on top of that. So what else are you playing? Like anything?
I'm not nearly as far as you are in Metal Gear. I've just gotten quiet. I don't even have her as a buddy yet. But I did the mission to get her. And we played some of that online. I really like I said, after this I'm probably jumping on Uncharted for a bit.
Yeah, I'm going to too. I got to wake up early, but fuck it.
Always playing that Rocket League.
Rocket League's so good.
So good.
So
especially when you introduce another person to it, and then they're on it, and now you're playing with them, and it's like the first time again. It's so much fun.
This is something else that I want to do here. I want each time we do this to say what our game of the year is going to be, and if it changes each episode. So I think right now we have the same game of the year.
I don't know if you're referring to Rocket League or Metal Gear.
I was kind of waiting to see what you said.
I'm going to go with... as of right now, I'm going with Rocket League.
I am too. Rocket League is my game of the year. Metal Gear is close. I just... Nothing else made me play Into the Night more than Rocket League.
Right.
It's just got that, like, a game is only like 5 minutes. Like, one more, fuck it, one more.
Yeah.
And then one more turns into, oh shit, I have 2 hours for it to wake up. Like,
the game's got everything.
You can blow shit up, you can play sports, you can drive, you can fly.
You can get that, like, that bite-sized, like, craving fix, jump on and play a match. You could play for hours and not care. You can do ridiculous... There's always, like, a holy crap moment in that game. It's got everything. It's got everything.
It's my game of the year. I don't know if that's going to change.
I'm not sure either.
Because Rainbow Six is not going to be my game of the year. Fallout, I'm not going to play. It's not going to be my game of the year.
Right.
Battlefront, probably not going to be my game of the year.
Yeah, I know I'm going to love Battlefront, but I'm certain that it won't be my number one.
No, like, I don't... Destiny, Taken King, obviously my game of the year. Tony Hawk's my game of the year.
I mean, don't get me wrong, though. Metal Gear Solid is totally a contender, and as I continue to play that game, we'll see where that lands.
Yeah, my problem with Metal Gear is the way they did some things. I get pissed off every time I do a mission. Like, why do I have to see opening credits? Why?
I mean, that's like a minor thing that like I think is silly, but it doesn't bother me.
Well, it's also dumb because they tell you who's in the episode.
That bothered me.
Oh, I guess the fire dude is here.
Yeah, to the point where I stopped reading them because I just wanted to see where it would go.
Yeah. That bothered me. The fact that there's apparently 50 story missions, but the game is over, sort of, at like 34.
Right.
A lot of things, like the game design choices bothered me in Metal Gear. It is a little repetitive, but it didn't bother me too much that it's repetitive. I love the fact I hate stealth games. With the exception of a couple of the later missions after the major story is finished, nothing has to be played in stealth.
Right.
There are a couple at the end where, like, if you get spotted, game over.
Okay.
I don't like that.
That's classic Metal Gear. I feel like this has been...
No, it is, but I don't like that. Like,
I totally get you.
I play every mission with that without a silencer, without any... I just run in just shooting shit. Throwing grenades, blowing shit up. That actually brings me to a game that might be my game of the year. Just Cause 3 might become my game of the year.
Oh, yeah?
It's just explosions. It's apparently going to be
turned inside out, and then it exploded.
Galaxy Quest.
I love that movie.
Never give up.
Never surrender. By Grabthar's hammer.
That game, Just Cause 2, was awesome.
Right.
Like, you have a grappling hook, you hang glide off shit, you just blow things up, and Just Cause 3 is going to be just as awesome. Can you talk about Mad Max, by the way? Did you ever play it?
Yeah, I played, probably 30 minutes of it. I want to play more. I love it. I loved what I played of it. I had a really good time beating the crap out of people.
That's a
but
game
I didn't get far enough into it to really have a say. I feel
I will probably buy that game when it's on sale. That's it.
I could see myself really getting sucked into that game. I just haven't yet.
Well, I played Rage years ago when that came out, and that's what it really reminds me of. It reminds me of Rage. And actually, when I played Rage, it reminded me of Mad Max, because I did watch the original Mad Max movies.
Well, that's the thing, though. I love Mad Max. That's why I was super excited about this game.
I didn't like the new movie, though.
I love the new movie. Oh, I thought it was phenomenal.
I thought it was so boring.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
That blows my mind.
Yeah.
Especially if you liked the originals?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will never understand you.
The world will never understand Brian.
You don't understand you.
I don't. I really don't. I'm looking through shit that people are streaming right now. We play a lot of NHL. I know you don't, but like, there's a lot of like shit we're playing episodes of NHL. I said EA is on my shit list of the sports games. The golf game, especially this year. NHL last year, but I feel like they redeemed themselves at NHL this year. It's pretty solid.
Yeah, I was talking to Kim's brother, and he's super into it right now.
Yeah, like we just play like the online like hockey league thing. Like it's so good.
That's cool.
So good.
I'm very, very interested to see how much I like Halo. I'm hoping that can become a contender, but as of right now, I feel like I'm still scarred.
See, I forget about other systems because I'm only I feel like the two of us are pretty knowledgeable in this. I'm really only knowledgeable on PlayStation. I don't know much about Nintendo and Xbox anymore. I used to, but I don't have the time now to research it all. I only have a new console that's a Sony console right now, so I only know Sony stuff. And I'm looking through games. Batman Arkham Knight, I forgot that came out. Is that a contender for you?
No. It's a phenomenal game in my opinion, but it has too many problems, too many issues as far as the gameplay is concerned. But I love the story. I really have a good time with it, but it's not a contender.
I want to hear your issues in a second about that. Now, anyone that listens to the shit show knows I hate Batman. Fact. I loved that game. I thought that game was awesome. I had major story issues because I don't know the comics. I don't know anything about Batman.
Doesn't matter.
No, like when like the whole like who's the Arkham Knight, like I feel like that was terrible. Like it was so obvious who it was, and that bothered me because if you know the story, you know who that is apparently, but I didn't. So I wanted this huge reveal, and it was just bad.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean it's pretty important.
What are your?
When that happens. My biggest problem is the Batmobile.
Oh, that's dumb.
It's forced into so much in that game, and it just kind of takes you out of the experience. Like I love gliding around and then like doing like I'm all for trying to take out everybody on a rooftop without them knowing that I'm there. I know you're not a big stealth person, but I love doing that in this game.
No, I hate stealth.
It's so much fun to me, and I feel like there was not enough of that, like me as Batman trying to do things because I love Batman. So it's like when I'm doing those particular parts of the missions, I feel like I'm a part of it, and it's just so much fun. And then it's like jump in your car and then drive onto this rooftop and attach this thing, and then back up, and then do this 20 other times throughout the game. Just because we put the Batmobile in here, we want to get our money's worth. Like, just stop it. Just stop it. My favorite thing about the Batmobile was ejecting myself out of it. I did have a blast with that, especially when you level that up and you hit the X button like 4 times and you go flying through the air. Oh, I need to get to the other side of the world. I got to do this.
Believe that.
Believe that. As I'm flying through the air.
All right, I'm gonna make an executive decision here and say that I want to wrap this up soon because I want to play Uncharted. So what I want to do here is this is the first episode with this, so like we're catching up on things that we've been playing since our first official games podcast, and we're talking about shit. So I'm looking at my PlayStation library, and I know everything in my library that everything I have you would have. Like I would have more than you. Like I would have games that you don't have. But I'm sure that everything you have, I have.
Right.
So I want to look through it, and
except Mad Max.
Yes. There's a couple like games that pop in my head. I want to know if you played them or not, and quickly what you think. Did you play Alien Isolation?
No.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good. It's good. Now this was on PC a while ago. Did you play Bastion?
No, but it is on a list of things that I really want to play.
Did you grab it when it was free?
I'm sure I did. Was it fairly recent?
Yeah, I think so.
Then yes, I did.
Actually, no. Bastion wasn't free.
Oh.
It was on sale when I bought it.
Oh, then I don't have it. The thing is, I'll go on, what I love about the PlayStation app on my phone is that you could just download the games.
Yeah.
So
I definitely recommend Bastion. Bloodborne. Did you play Bloodborne?
No, I was interested.
I was too. I wanted to get into it. I never can get into a Dark Souls game. Never. Hated them. Couldn't do it. I'm like, Bloodborne's my game. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get in there. I forced myself to...
Get her!
I forced myself to say I like that game. I fucking hated it.
Mm.
I really did.
I hear that.
Borderlands as well.
On my Vita, didn't play it. I watched my roommate play it back when I was living in Hoboken, and I just didn't seem interesting to me.
I own more copies of Borderlands than I do any game, and I don't like Borderlands. I have Borderlands 1 and 2 on both PC and 360. I have Borderlands 2 on PS3. I have Borderlands 2 on the Vita. I have the Handsome Collection on the PS4.
Mm.
I don't like the game, but I just keep buying it for some reason. Although I did start to get into it on the PS4, and then something came out and I stopped playing it. But I feel like I might actually go back and play Borderlands 2.
Interesting.
Did you ever play Bound by Flame?
What was that one?
It was like an RPG.
That doesn't really describe anything to me, but I'm going to say no.
A demon is in you, and your decisions either make the demon come out more or not.
No. I'm not even certain that I've read about that one.
Most RPGs, like, I don't finish. I actually finished Down by Flame. I like
yeah?
Yeah.
I'm not a big RPG guy. I'll try them, though. I definitely will try them.
Let's see. Did you buy the definitive edition of Devil May Cry, the DMC?
No. I was never into those games.
I wasn't either. I bought this. It was on sale a couple months ago, rather. I bought it. I beat DMC Devil May Cry on the PC when it came out, and it's actually a really good game. I never got into the original Devil May Cry. This one's pretty good. Dying Light, did you play that?
No. James was going to lend me that one, but I didn't play it.
So many people love that game. I can't get into it.
You don't?
I can't get into it. It's so hard. I can't do it. Like, there's so many zombies everywhere, and I feel like I have to fight them all, but I don't think you're supposed to because I have, like, a freaking shovel that breaks every 5 seconds I try to hit them, and there's just, like, hordes of them. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't like it. What else we got going on here?
A game that we haven't mentioned recently is Payday 2.
I'll get there.
And, what was it? Is it 2?
Yeah.
And we played it, like, 2 or 3 times, but that was a lot of fun.
I play it, I would say I probably do like a heist like once a week or so in that game.
That's cool. That's a fun game.
I played the shit of it on the PC, and I loved it. I still love it. I still play it a decent amount.
Nice.
Grand Theft Auto 5, obviously, we all played and fucking loved.
Right. I'd like to play some more of that game, but there's just too much going on right now.
Yeah. Did you ever get back into Infamous?
I was on and off with the game like 3 times, and I don't remember where I am at this point.
Did you play the first 2?
No.
So never mind. My argument there is not gonna happen. Life is Strange. You need to play.
Which one was that?
It's the episodic game where you play as like a young girl that can manipulate time.
Yeah. You were telling me about this one. That one sounds really good.
Yeah, it was only 25 for the season pass.
Mm-hmm.
They leave you with such like cliffhangers after each episode, and episode 5 comes out in like a week, which is the final episode. I cannot wait. I really feel like you need to play it.
Like Netflix binge that game?
Yes.
Nice.
And Shadow of Mordor, how'd you never get into that?
I played it for a couple of hours, and I feel like there was something else that I was playing at the time. Would that have been back when I was like actually into Destiny and playing that like all the time?
Maybe.
That's probably what the problem was.
Shadow of Mordor is a good Assassin's Creed game.
I'm pretty sure that I will go back and finish that game because I really did enjoy it while I was playing it.
That's not a short campaign, and I beat that in like 2 days.
Nah.
I couldn't stop playing.
Yeah, but you also have problems.
I do. I really do. The next game I'm looking at, we are going to do a Let's Play of this game. I feel like now that we're starting this podcast, we need to try to do a couple more Let's Plays. We only have the one right now, Until Dawn.
Which is so good. That game was so much fun.
It was officially called a sleeper hit by Shuhei.
Yeah.
Outlast. It's a horror game, which I tried to play and couldn't. I was too scared. So I want to do a Let's Play of that. I really do.
Terrified.
Saints Row, the Saints Row 4 and Saints Row Get Out of Hell.
No, I played one that you had me download.
Like Saints Row 3.
Where I played like the crazy ass mission where I was flying through the air, going through that plane.
Yeah, Saints Row 3. Saints Row, they're so good if you just take them for what they are. I have a lot of fun with those.
I had a good time.
Yeah. Sleeping Dogs, did you ever play that?
No.
I feel like Sleeping Dogs is such a good game, and it just never... Like, it gets recognized by critics as a good game, but I feel like it never sells. I don't know. I've bought Sleeping Dogs on the PC, Xbox 360, and PS4. I beat them all 3 times. I love that game. Love it. Yeah. No, I think that's pretty much all I got going on here. You got anything on? Last games you want to bring up before we play Uncharted?
No, I don't think so. I feel like we've touched on a lot of stuff here.
All right. So what we're looking to do, we're going to structure this a little better as we lead into it. Our first episode, we want to just kind of talk about what we played over the past few months since we haven't done this yet. What we're going to do is we'll talk about new games that come out and new news and all shit like that. And we're both pretty active on Twitter. We're going to be more active, at least myself, I'm sure you'll be too. We're going to be more active with some of the game stuff coming up now that we'll be doing this as well.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know what to do from here, Ant. This is your job.
Well, that's about all we have for this episode. If you want to keep the conversation going, you can hit us up at our Twitter accounts. I'm at AEJ Costanzo. Brian is at big_Bruins. And the email address is sspodcast1@gmail.com. Write us. Let us know what you're playing. Let us know what you want us to discuss next time on the show. We'll throw our names up somewhere. I have Xbox Live and PSN. We'll gladly play with you guys if you want.
Yeah. Definitely check out the original shit show. This is going to get posted under the same podcast feed.
Right.
We're not going to make a new feed for this. And it's going to go into the same YouTube. Type in SS Podcast into YouTube. You'll find our Let's Play stuff we did, all the streams, and all the episodes of both this and the shit show podcast. Definitely, if this is the first you're hearing of us, definitely check out Shit Show Podcast. It's what originated and what got us to here. So definitely check that out. It's a comedy podcast where we just talk about bullshit. That's it.
That's about it.
See ya.
Go play a game.